Hello, I am Asia, and I had two really cool dynasties that lived here, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And if you think you know me, you have no idea. I started with two main dynasties that lived here, and they were called the Tang and Song dynasties. There were another group called the Mongols, but they were kind of nuisance, but they did influence me a lot. See, the Mongols conquered more land than Alexander the Great. They didn't really conquer, but rather just show up and damage, and show everyone who was the boss. They wouldn't try to change the way the areas ran, but to open new religions, and would mostly leave them alone, but sometimes would raise cities and just pass through them. But anyway, I'm not here to tell you about the Mongols, but the natives, but also to tell you about the cool and extraordinary stuff. The Tang dynasty was located around the southeastern part of me, close to my shores, but like the Song dynasty, except for the Tang dynasty stretched more to the west. The dynasties learned from the Mongols that in order to have great government, you must look at the values of the person instead of where you come from. So the government was stabilized from the civil service exam. My people like to trade. One of the things they like to trade is rice. The rice production increased and then connected North and South China because they shared that production. Also, if you were a woman and you were upper class, then you would own property. The agricultural production and techniques improved. The Grand Canal was a major help in transporting food across large areas of land. They distributed the land so that everyone would almost be equal, so really there wasn't really wealthy and poor. The technology was very different in the Tang and the Song dynasty. In the Tang dynasty, began to make steel by mixing cast iron and raw iron by burning of coal. The Song dynasty, they used to set type of printing, gunpowder, flamethrower, and but in which were some major key components they needed to overcome of their enemies. They were very useful over the years. My society was really interesting because the Tang dynasty, we played card games and chess Brahma India. And their invention of block painting provided new ways to communicate. In the Song dynasty, when a female, they became part of the husband family. In addition, a girl's parents were expected to pay money for her husband when she married. The Tang and Song dynasties impacted each other in several ways. They would do this by trading with each other and learning each other's ways. My political, cultural, and economic impact was very important because the political impact of the Mongols to these dynasties was that leadership was based on social status, but rather on how knowledgeable one was and how they would react to a certain situation. The cultural impact was similar because they would normally believe in Buddhism and wouldn't actually adapt to other cultures. The economic impact was that how currency was used and how money looked. They would mainly use trade, but also had some currency. The Mongols were a part of Asia, so they impacted these dynasties very much. So if you thought you knew, you have no idea.